Hello everyone, this is Candy, the 614 Stitcher, and today is Saturday, April the 22nd, 2023, and this is my Flosstube episode number 79. Yeah, 79. I would like to say hello and welcome to any new subscribers. I hope that you will stick around so that I may enable you with a project or two. And to my returning friends and subscribers, thank you so very much for coming back each and every time I upload a video. I know I just recorded this. Ooh, I just moved you. A video on Monday. However, I want to try to stay on track as best as possible, so I came back again today. I do have a few things that I have worked on, a couple of whips, and I even have a couple of finishes. So let's just jump right into it. I am also working through Earth Day today. I worked on an Earth Day whip, and I am in the midst of doing the 24 hours of cross stitch. I have about 11 and a half hours in, which you'll see shortly how I ended up with that much. I've done a lot of stitching in the last 24 hours. Unfortunately, I am, well, not unfortunately, because I'm all about team sleep. So, but we'll go ahead and jump right into it. This week, starting on Monday, the Magazine Monthly Challenge group had a pop-up event, and it is Earth Day, Earth Day, What Is It Worth? And I participated in that challenge. It was to get either 500 stitches or 5 hours on a project. And I actually did get 5 hours in, but I also got in some stitches. So let me show those to you. I was about to say, how did I do that? Okay. Sorry. I'm kind of swinging by the seat of my pants. So here's the project, what it shall look like. I am doing this long version. And here's a picture of where it was when I last showed it. And here is where I am now. So I came down and put in some more purple stitches. I took care of the hanging threads that I had from up here. So I put in some more stitches up here. And then I came down and started doing the bottom part of the spring. I've also put in the full sun and this yellow stripe that goes through all the seasons. So now when I come back to it, I will need to finish this off right here and start the fill-in. And I put in 608 stitches on that section this week. The event runs through tomorrow, so if any of you are participating, good luck on getting all your stitches and your hours in. This is also on my year of whips, so I will be working on it off and on a lot. Believe it or not, I am planning on taking this with me to my next retreat, which is in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, for the Stitching in the Wilds. And the reasoning is because this is all, once I get this in, it will all be fill-in, the entire block. And retreats are good for block stitching. That is my Seasonal Sun Sign by Ink Circles. It is being stitched on a 16 count Charles Craft Aida, and I am using the called for DMC colors for that. Let me give you a little breakdown. In lieu of doing the magazine monthly challenge, I also use this for my camp setup in the Road Warriors. No, in the road trip. I always say it backwards. In the road trip. And for road trip, I got to use 338 stitches for that. So I have made it all the way through the campground setup. And I am now traveling to, I have traveled to Fireside Stitchery, and I am getting ready to start stitching for, oh, shoot. I know what it is too. I want to say Chatelaine, but I don't think that's it. Anyway, I'll let you know next week what I ended up stitching for. But I did get through the campground setup, which was 1,700 stitches. And I'll be showing you where I got those stitches from as I go through. So 338 from Seasonal Sunshine came for my camp setup. My next WIP that I would like to show is Temperature Butterflies. And that is by Stitching Mommy. And here is what my rendition will look like when I'm done with it. And I was working on the June butterfly when you saw it last. And here's a picture of that right here. And here is where I am now. So I completely finished off the June butterfly last night. It started me out on my 24 hours of cross stitch. This temperature right here is between 97 degrees and 99 degrees. Now this, I am stitching for the temperatures from 2022. So these were all last year's temperatures. But as you can see, I have completely finished off the June butterfly, and I am so ecstatic. I can now move the scroll rod up and start on the July butterfly. I'll be doing the outlines first for July, August, and September, and then I'll do the filling in of the butterflies. This is being stitched on a 28 count Artemis by Stitch Me. I'm using a sulky conversion of my own colors, and that is where it is. I'm loving this piece. I was trying to figure out a way to put a scale, or what thread means what temperature, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. I only have 2 inches on both sides, and I wasn't really thinking about it, but I'll have fabric left over at the bottom, so maybe I will put like 2022 temperature butterflies down at the bottom so that I'll remember what year this was for. Maybe not necessarily what the colors are, in like 20 years, when somebody looks at this, they're going to want to know, like, well, what is this and why did she do it like this? So maybe if I could just put the title on here. But that is my temperature butterflies, and I am loving it, loving it, loving it. I don't know that I'll be picking temperature butterflies up this week, although I need to stitch 350 stitches for something, and the stitching is very easy to just do when you're doing the outlining, but we'll see. So for temperature butterflies, I put in 187 stitches this week, and it helped me complete, oh, and now my road trip is all complete, and I'm at Fireside Stitchery, and I said that already. So let me show you my next whip that I have been trying to work on, and maybe you all can give me your opinion. I am not happy with how this is turning out, and so I just don't know where to go from here. And that is my See No Evil Frog, which is here in the middle. And I did change the colors on him. And here's a picture of where he was when I last showed him. And here is where he is now. So I put in all of his back stitching. And I'm fine with the way he looks. It's the words down at the bottom. So I had went to this, it's called, I don't know, Stitch Point, to get a saying for the bottom, because there is no saying on the bottom of this, you know, from the chart. So I wanted to put a saying on it. But I am really not pleased with the way that it looks with the back stitching. So I'm asking to see if you think maybe it would be better without the back stitching. So the saying is going to be, "You don't see me coming," because he's got his hands over his eyes. I was like, that's a really cute saying. So I came up with it myself. I didn't borrow it from anybody. But now that I am putting it in, I am not happy with how it is turning out. So my question is should I go with the back stitching or rechart it to use X's? I only have about 3 weeks until I need this for the retreat. It is going to be my smalls exchange. And so, you know, whatever advice you can possibly give me, I would appreciate it. I thought the saying would be really cute underneath there. But at this point, it was so frustrating when I was working on it this morning that I was like, okay, I'm ready to scrap the words, the saying at the bottom, and just go ahead on and get it finished. Because I don't want to, the other thing is I don't want to be at the last minute trying to finish this, because I know how I want to finish it. So any advice you could possibly give me. It is super cute, and I am going to stitch this chart for myself, just the See No Evil, so that I can make it into a finish and have it on my shelf behind me. But that is See No Evil. And it is a dimensions kit. I am stitching it on a 32 count antique white even weave, and I changed the feet from a reddish purpley to the green and yellow, and I'm using their called for threads from the kit. So whatever advice you have for me, please put it in the description box, because I'm getting down to the wire with this. And I've put so much work into it. I don't want to not participate in the smalls exchange, but I feel like I'm getting down to the wire now that I need to be working on the finishing part of it and not still doing stitching on it. So those were my 3 whips for this week. Actually, I have 2 more, but they are finishes. So my first finish is Life is Just a Bowl of Cross Stitch, the pillow. And this is stitched on a 16 count, I believe, Witchelt Ada in lamb's wool. and I use call for DMC colors. And this is the stamp, or the one that will be the pillow. I use 998 stitches for the campground. And then my next finish is actually the roll, the pin roll for it. And this too is stitched on a 16 count Aida. And this says May. And I'm going to tell you, putting these little 4 stitches in for the little rosebuds, I was just like, man, this is a lot. And these single stitches down here across the bottom. This roll, this came like this with the fabric already sewn onto it. So this is how it came from Pine Mountain, and I really do enjoy this. So I had 2 finishes today. I have, again, like I said, I've been doing 24 hours of cross stitch, and last week was WIPGO weekend, and that helped me meet one of my WIPGO goals, which was Flea Market Flowers. This weekend is 24 hours of cross stitch, and it helped me finish these 2 pieces. So I was like, woohoo for the weekends. As it turns out, I don't have any investments this week. I know, can you believe it? But I do have plans for the upcoming week. And so one of my plans is to fully finish the Life is Just a Bowl of pieces. I have the finishing instructions, and it's the same as what that is up there. So I'll be working on that this week. And then I would like to put in, since we're coming up at the end of the month, I need to put in at least another 100 stitches on Lebanon House, which was my new start for the 25th anniversary of Keepsakes chart by Rosewood Manor. Tomorrow I'll be working on my seasonal Sunday whip, which is Spring Quaker, and I need to put at least 37 stitches in to get that WIPGO. It was a WIPGO call for March, and I need to put in 37 stitches so that I can meet that goal, and then that will be off my plate. But my seasonal stitch, I stitch on every Sunday, so I'm sure I'll get more than 37 stitches in, but I have to get, if anything happens to me, I have to do, wait, I can't, I gotta do 37 stitches. And that was my WIPGO call number 2 for the month of March. So I need to get that in. And then I would like to put in a few more stitches on Dr. Maya Angelou. I did get the 200 stitch goal for that project, but it is also my Representation Matters piece for this month. So I would like to get a few more stitches in for that. And then to finish up my categories in the WIP Warriors Facebook group, I still need to add some stitches to my home sampler. So I'll be pulling that out also. So the very last thing and announcement that I would like to make is that I am going to be ready to start my mental health care May project. And I wanted to show you, so I showed you the ones out of the book that I was going to be doing. I believe it's this one on the very cover. It's okay if all you did today was survive. But I also pulled out one that I will be starting, and it is Beautiful Things. I have always had a self-esteem problem. And so this really, when she released it for the first time, I wanted to stitch it way back then, but you know, things come up. So I will be starting this in the month of May as part of the mental health care SAL. And I was talking to some of my friends who will be joining me, and Athena of Stitching Goddess Designs will be working on the river for her mental health care SAL, for her part of the mental health care SAL. And it speaks about the river that flows in you also flows in me. And so, which lets us all know that we're never alone. At least that's my interpretation of it. My friend Janelle of Coffee, Wine, and Stitching Time, she will be working on Positivity Rules. She started it last year during Mental Health Care May, and she will be continually working on it again this May, and she's doing lots of color changes on it, so it's going to be exciting to see what she's coming up with. My friend Lynn of Lynn X Stitches Creates will be working on Sparkle, which was one that she worked on last year. And she'll also be starting Sparkling Magnolia. And it has a very nice saying on it. And so I appreciate all of you that are participating. If you are participating, please let me know what you'll be working on for the month of May for Mental Health Care SAL. I do want to also do a shout out. I have been watching two ladies. Their Flosstube channel is Fickle Stitches. They met at StitchCon and have started a Flosstube channel, and it is amazing. So the first lady, her name is Kate, and she is the Stitchy Aardvark on Instagram, and she stitches like this past 2 weeks. They do 2-week videos, bi-weekly videos. She stitched over 11,000 stitches. So if you want to see some big number stitching, I mean, she will stitch 5,000 stitches on a whip. I mean, it was amazing for me to watch her. She's getting in every 2 weeks what I get in a month. And I haven't even reached 11,000 stitches in a month. So it's unbelievable. And then Cheryl, who is the, I almost called her freckle nose, but it's blue nose stitcher. She has been doing a year of starts for her birthday. So she had a big birthday, and she has been starting projects every month since October. Her birthday is in October, and she's going from October to October starting new projects, which is amazing to me, because that's a lot of new projects. It's a lot of new projects. She's also doing a temperature chart for her birthday from 2022 through 2023. And so you get to see, and it's I believe it's the times that she lived in Canada and versus where she lives now. And so, and she has a very infectious laugh. She laughs at everything. So if you would please go over and check out Fickle Stitches, I would appreciate it. They are a really good floss tube and very enjoyable to watch. So that is my shout out for, I haven't done that for quite some time. I need to get back in the habit of doing that, shouting out new floss tubers to me so that others can find them too. This is probably one of the shortest videos that I have ever recorded. I knew it would be a little shorter because I didn't stitch as much as I did before. And with having a video just 5 days ago, I knew it would be shorter, but I hope you all appreciate it. I enjoy doing these videos. It does take me a little time to get set up and write the notes and do all the things, put the eyebrows on and all of that. So I really appreciate you coming back each and every time that I do upload a video. I hope that you will continue getting in your 24 hours of cross stitch. I will be, after this video goes up, I'll be right back at it, working on one of the projects that I have in my plans. So you all take care of yourselves. I hope you are getting some spring weather. We keep bouncing back and forth between spring and late winter. It's chilly again today, hence the hoodie again, but sooner or later it'll be warm and it'll stay that way, and I will appreciate it. Take care of yourselves, and I will talk to you very soon. Good night.